Welcome to PNRShow, Season 4, Episode 4, A New Hope for Loggers.
I'd rather have lager than life. I'll take a strong stout over strife. I'd prefer to confer with a half pint of ale than live a long life till my private parts fail. For life without liquor is to no avail, so bring me lager for life. I'd rather have lager than
From the deepest, darkest, rareliest, usiest corner of the interwebs, it's the Pine of No Return show tonight. We visit our old friends from across the pond, the folks at Guinness. Bring us their blondes. Bring us your blondes. And Grammy nominations? Plus our picks for the week. But first, welcome our hosts for the show. Get the applause ready. Keith, Gary, Jeremy, and Rob.
Hi, Rob. Wow, look at our live studio audience.
Actually, I should welcome Jeremy's evil twin, Baramy. As you can see, if you're watching the video feed, something got stuck in my throat. Jeremy's doing a force choke on me. It's Baramy.
He obviously didn't want you to point out how evil he was.
Jeremy actually is feeling a bit under the weather, so he's coming dressed as a 70s cat burglar to the show. Welcome, Jeremy, or is it Baramy?
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thanks for toughing it out for the show.
Hey, the things I do for entertainment.
And for beer.
And for beer.
And speaking of beer, let's open up our beer for the week. Guinness has a new beer in its catalog, and it's an American lager, a blonde. So it just came out this year, right? We've got Mosaic. Go ahead.
It's part of their Discovery series, or it's the first one in their Discovery series where they're trying to do a little more craft beer experimentation type stuff. I don't know if it's going to live forever, but it's here now.
It has Willamette and American hops combined with Guinness yeast. So it's literally a transcontinental beer.
Or Willamette, either one.
And brewed in Pennsylvania.
How about it?
Latrobe, Pennsylvania, home of the great American beer Rolling Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we know what this is going to taste like.
Yeah, which Keith says with skepticism.
Now that is a nice pour.
It's a nice looking beer. It's bubbly and everything.
Goldeny brown. Looks just like a lager should look. Perfect, like 1 inch head.
It's a little darker than I'd say than a typical lager, at least an American lager.
Yeah,
maybe a little.
Say that.
Maybe a little. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
If you grab a Coors or a Miller, and the fact that you can see through it and get blinded by the sun, this actually has color, so it's already better.
Midway between, say, a real lager blonde and maybe almost like an amber.
Almost.
Yeah, it's got an ambery kind of look to it.
All right, let's dive into this and get our initial impressions. Gentlemen, Prost.
It's not a lot like an American lager.
No, it's not.
No.
No,
they really failed on the American lager part.
Yeah, because this actually has flavor.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
5% alcohol by volume. I think it's quite tasty.
So it's
That's an interesting beer.
Yeah, I will let you guys know now that we've had some that I've cheated on this beer because I had to buy a whole 6-pack. I started on it 2 days ago.
Oh!
And I've been drinking some without you. And I'll tell you that this beer is subtly complex, quite delicious, in my opinion. And really just completely biffed the whole American lager thing by being good.
Folks, I would like you to know that I had a guest over last week, and he asked to try one of my Guinness Blondes, of which I also had a 6-pack, which I gladly allowed him to do. But I did not partake so as to get my live reaction on the show, Keith.
Well, sorry, but I can tell you that I've had, this is now my third, and
Jeez.
and they just keep getting better. So enjoy your 6-packs. Those of you who had to split 6-packs out of fear of having a crappy beer, ha, suckers. Should have kept it.
Yeah, very tasty. A little sweetness to it, just a tiny bit. Got a nice little rounded flavor for a lighter side of the pond beer.
Brings up the whole Latrobe beer population quite nicely.
Mm-hmm. Nice lacing on the head.
It's still a lager, though.
It is, and it tastes like a lager.
Delicious.
But if lagers tasted like this in America, I'd be drinking Bud a lot more often.
Yeah, this is not from the Bud Coors Miller family for sure.
Yeah.
This is probably more from the traditional German lager family. It's kind of got a little bit of German flavor to it, but that could be the yeast that they used.
Yeah, I think the Guinness yeast, which to remind Jeremy would be an ale yeast they used in a lager, would be not to bring up that old subject, but
Yeah, I wondered if that would come up.
it's quite good.
They're saying this is
quite nice.
Looking at their website, they say this is the first fusion beer in their Discovery series, and it combines the best European brewing techniques with the finest American hops and malts. Collaboration between the Guinness brewers in Dublin and the Latrobe Brewing in Pennsylvania. Actually, collaboration beer.
I get a little bit of hops. Yeah,
They're there, but they're not overwhelming. They're
right.
They're just balancing the
which means daddy like.
just enough to balance the grain.
Yeah, but you can taste the three. I think there's 3 different hops they used when I was reading up on it, and you can almost pick them out because they seem to hit your palate at different points. It's really good.
I'm glad I stuck an extra one in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy 3 and 4 tonight out of my 6-pack.
I'm glad Gilly has some wine open.
Oh boy, really? Okay, so do we have any feedback this week? I know since we did an all feedback show a couple episodes back, we're probably exhausted of feedback.
I'm not sure if there's feedback this week.
I can look in Slack and see what Hydra had to say there.
Drudge up things that people have said.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that takes too much
I think our
effort.
biggest fan commented that he likes hearing his comments out of context, so he will not provide context for us.
There you go.
This is the best way to leave comments for us, is just not provide context and let us try to figure out what the hell you're talking about.
So before we get to our main topic of the evening, which is apparently the Grammy nominations, or one particular band getting one, I would just like to get the gentleman's feedback on Time Magazine naming Donald J. Trump Person of the Year.
I think that's actually a good choice because it's going to make life much more entertaining.
Don't they always name the incoming president as Man of the Year? I think that's just a thing, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No. It just has been the tendency lately.
Lately being the last 40 years or so.
I'll do a little research.
No, you can only look every 4 years, Rob.
Huh?
I can have an incoming president every 4 years.
Yeah, I got how the
or
election
maybe
works.
every 8.
I can actually do division in my head and look every 4 years.
But not every
I'm
president was only 4 years.
Oh, I know actually when they were elected as well.
Really?
Sure.
The
Maybe president, I'll tell you when they were elected.
The ironic thing is that this is the mainstream media that Trump has been bashing so much, naming him Person of the Year. So,
well, and honestly, you know, you take Person of the Year with not a grain of salt, but a little bit of perspective. It doesn't mean that they're the greatest person of the year. It just means that they're the most compelling story of the year.
yeah,
And that's quite a story.
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so let's start with 1932.
Oh, I'm going to have to go all the way back.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. 1936 would have been his next election. It was Wallace Simpson. 1940, it was Winston Churchill. 1944, Dwight D. Eisenhower, so he wasn't president yet. 1948, Harry Truman, that was a presidential year. 52, Elizabeth II. 56, the Hungarian freedom fighter. 1960, U.S. scientists. 1964, Lyndon Johnson, there's a president. 68, the Apollo 8 astronauts. 72, Richard Nixon. 76,
You're going
Jimmy
exactly
Carter.
by fours.
Yeah.
So
Every presidential cycle.
No, but some presidents were in for 8 years, so on their re-election year, they wouldn't have been Time Man of the Year.
Oh my gosh! All
Possibly,
right.
yeah.
So that was what I was saying before, that you so promptly told me how you could divide.
Okay, so Roosevelt, Truman, Johnson, and Nixon.
Yeah.
Reagan. 88 was the Endangered Earth. That was George Bush's first year. 92 was Bill Clinton. 2000, George W. Bush. 2004, George W. Bush. 2008, Barack Obama. And Donald Trump. So the
last 20 years they've done it.
They did not do it for Jimmy Carter. That's 30 years ago. So 20 years, yes, I agree. But I said it wasn't every year. It's all right. Gary's falling asleep. Can't handle the intelligent conversation.
Okay.
So
are we going to skip the idea to do the beard draft thing that we talked about?
No, let's talk. We are going to talk about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We're going to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk about it on the air, as we always do. Our life on the air.
Okay.
Jeremy though had did some actual research for a topic, and he wanted to talk about a Grammy nomination that he's particularly interested in. Jeremy.
So we've talked on the show before about the artist Tycho, electronic music artist. I think he was a pick. Let's see if I do some quick research here on
He's been a pick a couple times.
He's been one of yours for sure.
Yeah. Season 1, episode 13 for the album Awake, which I think is one of maybe my favorite album from them. But in our Slack channel, we were talking about the newer album a couple months ago, Epic, and it has received a Grammy nomination, which is really kind of amazing. This band has been kind of under the radar. You don't hear it very often. You don't hear it talked about. But, congrats, Tycho. That's pretty awesome.
It's not normal Grammy fodder. It's not the stuff they normally pick from. So that's what makes it interesting.
It's nominated for what? I'm sorry.
Grammy for Best Electronic Album, I think.
Okay, well, yeah, that's
Best,
that is
Best Dance / Electronic.
That is its category.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's not my favorite of their albums, but it's definitely good. It's got their signature sound on it.
Mm-hmm. We're scanning down through the nominations, see if there's anything else of interest. Doesn't appear to be. A lot of nominations for Adele, of course. A lot of nominations for Beyonce and for Justin Bieber. Yeah.
Grammys are kind of boring,
Grammys are very boring. I'm just really not into music anymore.
I can't remember when the last time I watched a Grammy show was.
No. Best country solo performance. I love how country is like 2/3 of the way down the list when it's probably like this 1 or 2 and most popular music in the country. Gospel performance. Anybody interested in the gospel performance nominees?
No.
Okay. Latin pop. So, so are there any other nominees in that list, Jeremy, that you would recommend or know about?
You know what? I didn't even look at the list.
Ah,
Let's see.
The rest of it's irrelevant.
The topic isn't the Grammys; it's Tycho.
you have
I
Flume.
didn't hear about this because of Grammys. I heard about it because I follow Tycho on Instagram.
You have Flume, Jean-Michel Jarre, Underworld, and Louis Vega. Any of those you know?
Jean-Michel Jarre sounds familiar. Isn't that kind of new agey stuff?
Sure.
Flume sounds familiar.
The record of the year, I have not heard any tracks from any of those albums. Album of the year, nope. Song of the year, nope.
Hey, a dude I just sang with at the Houston Grand Opera was nominated for a Grammy. That's pretty cool.
Cool. He'll probably name you if he wins.
He will not name me.
I'll bet he will.
He will not.
Totally. Best rock album. Weezer's up there. That's cool.
Weezer? Wow.
Weezer.
Welcome to 1992.
The geriatric performance of the year.
Actually, the best alternative music album. Look at this list. Bon Iver's 22 a Million. That was one of my picks. Black Star, David Bowie. I think that was a pick on the show.
That was yours.
Was it? PJ Harvey's Hope 6 Demolition Project. Awesome concept album. Iggy Pop's Post-Pop Depression, which I haven't heard, and A Moon-Shaped Pool from Radiohead. That's a great list.
Mm-hmm.
Bowie's going to win. Don't give it to him posthumously.
Is this a new category? Best surround sound album? I've never even heard of that.
What's a surround sound album?
I have no idea.
Something that Dolby came up with. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't.
All right.
I don't have a. Whatever.
Go on, listen.
I'm not feeling much of the rest of this.
You're not voting on just for Justin Bieber? You're not really interested in seeing where he goes?
Not so much.
Oh, poor guy. Poor guy.
Elvis Costello's up for Best Spoken Word Album.
That's interesting.
Spoken word? For what?
Unfaithful Music and Disappearing Ink.
Oh, here you go. How about the best soundtrack or visual media? Oh, here's this interesting. So Bridge of Spies is nominated. The Hateful Eight, The Revenant, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which I would have thought was a bit late. Okay, but I guess not. And Stranger Things, Volume 1 and Volume 2, 2 separate nominations. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
That
was fun music.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. All right. Well, while we just pour over the Grammy nominations, as exciting as they are, Gary has an idea for a new contest that we want to talk with the people about. Gary, what's your idea for a contest?
The idea of the contest was to review or go through our beer list of all the beers that we've done over the first 3 years of this show, and have each of us choose if we could only have 5 beers to drink for the rest of our lives. We have to choose from this list of beers that we've drinking on the show. But no beer can be chosen twice. So if Rob picks a beer like the Guinness Blonde Lager, then that is not available for Keith to choose.
So we should come to the table with maybe a list of 10 or 15 beers in case something gets chosen.
Well, we're starting this now, so.
Right now?
Yeah, this is.
Ooh. Okay.
This is tonight's show.
This is tonight's show, so this is where we're going.
Okay, so I need to actually look at the list. Hold on.
Well.
So we're each going to pick a number between, let's say, 1 and 20.
Okay.
And I'm going to, once the numbers are picked, I'll write them all down. And I will generate a random number. And whoever is closest goes first, the next closest goes second, and so on.
Okay.
So we'll let Rob pick last since you have to research the beer list.
No problem.
So Keith, what is your number?
15.
Keith is choosing 15. Jeremy, what is your number?
6.
6. I will
No,
choose
Jeremy
8.
just said he's sick.
Oh.
Dun,
What was that again? I will take 8. And Rob?
2.
2. So the number is, using random.org, 17. So that means the order is Keith, me, Jeremy, Rob.
Okay.
So, and I guess I'll keep track of who chooses what, so we can like maybe put this in show notes or something like that, right?
Okay.
All right. I'll open something to do that in, like a note. So, Rob, you ready?
I'm last, right? Yeah, I'm ready.
You're last, so you got a little bit. So, Keith,
Are we
you're
gonna do it serpentine?
No, we'll just do it straight through
Damn.
because it was too complicated for the other guys to figure that out.
Jeez. Losers.
I know. So, Keith, what is going to be your first pick?
Well, getting the honor of first pick means I can take something off the table for you guys right away. So I'm just going to get it over with and pick Russian River Brewing's Pliny the Elder Double IPA, one of my number 10 ratings from 2/12/2015. So there you go.
All right. No surprise. No surprise there. So I guess I'm next, right? Well, since that obvious beer is off the table, it's going to make me actually do a little bit of research.
Was that just right away?
Wow.
That now you don't know
through the whole
first number one beer. I think it's where you're going.
Turmoil.
Jeez.
Well, and also somebody changed the sort on the list, so now I have to resort the list.
Oh my gosh!
That's
I
gonna
forgot
stop.
that this does.
Yeah, make a copy for yourself to use.
What you want to do is make a
forgot.
copy and then sort. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working off my
So-
own copy, so.
Oh yeah, this is, and we got to go with the list from the show. So
Right.
I am gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Drake's Brewing Apocalypse Green Label Double IPA.
Yep.
The green label,
So-
not the red label or the black
Not
label.
the red, not the black label, because the black is really high alcohol, like really high. The green is pretty high; it's 9.3%. So it's a more regular drinker. And remember, you only get 5 beers. So I'm looking for one beer that has a lot of alcohol, but not every beer. So I'm gonna go green label from Drake's.
Good pick.
Now, so we're not restricting types of beer, right? So if you wanted to pick 5 IPAs, you could.
Oh yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
You absolutely could.
That really makes it really easy for me. Sorry, guys.
I know you're gonna pick 5 IPAs, Rob.
So Jeremy, you're up with your next list.
My first pick is going to be Consecration from Russian River.
Oh, good choice.
Get that sour on there. I would pick the Supplication, but it looks like we haven't done that the last.
You know, we did
last 3
supplication
years.
on
Happy Time
original-
Magic Hour.
On Happy Time Magic Hour, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we did it on PNR.
Well, we'll have to do that one again then. But my pick's
We'll just
Consecration.
have to. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. All right, Rob, you're up with your first lawnmower beer.
You know, because I'm so confident that none of my beers are going to get picked, I'm going to present mine. These aren't in any special order.
Just one at a time.
Just to get mine. No, I'm not giving all of them. I'm just saying, you know, the first one I pick is not my number one beer. So I'm going to go off the map and maybe take one that isn't so typical of maybe my taste. And I'm going to take the beer that we just did last week. I'm going to take the Samuel Smith Organic Chocolate Stout.
Oh, wow.
Because that was yummy. And that'll probably be the last dark beer I choose.
That's an interesting.
It's a good one.
It's a good pick. It's an interesting.
I know. I don't know. I don't know that that beer would have wound up in any of your lists, but I kind of wanted to show you guys that I had some range.
Well, and it makes sure that it's not going to end up in our list.
There you
now
go.
Yeah,
it's all yours, Rob. It's all yours.
Thank you. Yummy, so good. And I had a couple swallows left after the show, and I gave it a sip to Nicole, who usually hates chewy beers like that. She's like, that's good.
Yeah, that was a chewy beer. All right, so we're done with round one. We've knocked off 2 Russian River brews, a brew from across the pond, and drinks. So, Keith, you're starting round
Back
2.
to me, huh?
Back to you.
Well, I'm going to go a little lighter, but still awesome, at least in my ratings. I'm going to pick another.
Huh?
What happened there?
Your audio drops. Keith, your audio drops.
His audio is gone. Oh, I know what I did. I turned
There we go.
something
Sorry.
off.
Sorry about that.
That was
So-
the most awesome cliffhanger ever.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I'm going to
That was
pick.
really good.
We were silent
So,
for
yeah,
3 seconds while we were.
I muted. So I'm going to pick another Russian River. I'm going to pick the STS Pilsner.
Ah,
Damn it. That was my
nice
next
light
pick.
one to drink. Yeah, it's a nice light one to just drink every day, but it's still an awesome Russian River brew. Sorry, guys.
that was on my list.
That was
No
my
longer.
next. That was literally my next pick. You're making it really hard. So
Maybe that's why we should have done that serpentine.
yeah, we could have, but next time we do a draft beforehand, you'll have to explain serpentine to Keith and Jeremy. I'm gonna have to.
I don't care as long as someone tells me when to go.
We could switch for the next round. We'll switch for the last round. That way, Keith has to go last.
Give me first and last.
Oh, I know that. You would be last. So I'm going to go. I'm not seeing it. I know it's on here somewhere. Oh, there it is. The Lagunitas Lucky 13 Red Ale.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to grab that. It's still almost. It's almost an IPA because it's from Lagunitas, so it's got a lot of hops. But it's a really good red ale. So I'm going to go with Lucky 13 as my second pick.
Oh, my IPAs are all getting pulled out. Okay, because I need to have an IPA in my list, I'm going to go with Apocalypse Black Label.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That probably would have made my list eventually.
Yeah.
Can't drink it constantly, but it is a great one.
You know what? If you built up a tolerance, I bet you could.
Oh,
Every
good
fifth day. Every fifth day is not that bad, right? Okay, Rob. What are you going to surprise us with this time?
It's not going to be a surprise. I'm going to go with, even though it's not at the top of my ratings list, it's definitely one that I would want to make sure I had with me because it's just my tried and true, just favorite beer that I get around here, and that is Shiner Bock.
The original, right? None of the variants have come out.
Shiner Bock.
Okay.
I figured that would be on your list.
it's
I
not bad.
thought about taking it ahead of you just to steal it. but-
Thank you for not doing that.
Okay, so
All right, Serpentine for third round. Serpentine.
okay, so that means you go next.
Yes. I am going to go with I really liked this beer, and I didn't think that I would. The Sarema Island Ale by Anchor Brewing.
Oh, I was looking through these
I
ratings.
really like that.
I was surprised to see I
Yeah,
gave it a
that was-
10.
That was one of
That
our
was good.
highest overall rated beers we've ever
Yeah.
done. In fact, it's number 2 over. Number
Yeah, that
3.
was a
excuse me.
good one.
Yeah, that I was surprised when
And
I did
everybody liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all did. So
Mhm.
that's a good,
Yeah.
nice, yeah. Ooh, okay. So that takes another one off the list. So Jeremy, that would make you next in the Serpentine.
So I'm going to go with trying to keep the beer styles kind of interesting and varied here. I'm going to go with Family Values from Sierra Nevada. That was the Imperial Brown Ale from the collaboration box.
That's right.
Yeah, I knew that was out of that collaboration box. I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah, it's that Imperial Brown, which is one of my favorite brown ales ever.
Yeah, that was
Family
definitely
Values, nice.
a good one.
Yeah, I think we had that 9s and 8s across the board.
Yeah, I might have seen it on the list, but I'm sure it's
Yeah,
There at the top.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
everybody
No.
9, and I gave it a 10. A 9.25 total.
yeah. You gave it a 9, Jeremy. Or Gary.
It's
Gary and Jeremy gave it a 9.
8.75.
I better sort this from overall rating instead of the rating by me. So I guess that makes me next. This is tough, but I'm going to actually follow Jeremy's lead here and also vary my styles up a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's important.
It's a good choice. It was one of the Sierra Nevada brewing. It was the Robust Stout from the Beer Camp series as well.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Which I rated a 9. It was a little lower overall because we do have Rob giving ratings. So that's going to be my Stout of the Union. That's what it was actually called.
Union.
Stout of the Union. So I'm
that was
going to
good
be that.
I love how that somehow means that it invalidates the grade because I was giving a rating.
The funny thing is, yeah, he's telling you invalidated it by giving it an 8 instead of a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still a damn fine score from the Russian judge.
I think over the last 4 years since we started this show, I think I've become a very fair judge.
Okay.
I give beers credit when I can tell what they're going for. Yeah.
All right. So Keith, you're rounding out this round.
I'm rounding out the round, and I'm also following the lead of let's vary the beer styles a little bit. And I have a Pilsner and I have a double IPA, so I'm going to go Belgian this time with one of the original Belgians, and I'm going to grab the Trappist Roquefort number 10.
Oh, that was next on my list.
Yeah, yawn.
Yeah, again, Rob rated it an 8, so therefore it sucks.
Oh yeah. See, we've got a lot of really good ones are already gone. So now we gotta dig a little deeper here. So Jeremy, where are you gonna go? Now you don't have that Belgian.
Am I up next? This is so confusing.
No, Keith is up next.
Keith gets to go again.
Too.
Yeah.
All right. So
Almost skipped.
So I need something dark. It's time to go dark.
Wow.
So I think I'm going to go visit our old friend Stone and pick up their Chocoveza.
That's a really good one.
Rob did hate that one. He brought it down to a 1.
Yeah, Rob really hated that one.
Yeah.
That is Chocoveza is right now for the last couple of years one of my favorite holiday beers.
Yeah,
they released it this time. It's really good.
And that was pretty much Rob's nemesis. It was chocolate and coffee and a stout.
Yeah.
Not so much me as my intestinal tract.
So now it's my turn again. Yeah, the whole thing is confusing me. So we're gonna have to go with again another style to keep things a little bit varied, but I'm a little reluctant to go with these like really high alcohol beers because
why?
My liver. But why the hell not? It's only make believe. So I'm gonna follow Keith and grab a Stone, and grab their Winter Harvest Belgian style golden ale. So something different, and it's 11.3%. It's a beer that only I had, so I rated it a 9, which means that no one else could knock it down.
I was gonna say
no one else had it.
Yeah, I didn't remember it. That's why.
Oh, that's actually, we should probably just do beers that we've all had to make it a little fair. Just, there's a lot.
Well, you rated
Yeah.
it on the show, so it meets
not-
the rules
Yeah,
barely.
absolutely.
Barely. I think that's a barely meets
We can
the
we can
rules,
give
so.
you an asterisk on that one.
Nah, I think we got to go something else.
Oh, you can grab
So-
it. That's cool.
I think it's fine.
No, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change because I think that the single beers are a little harder to deal with since the other guys don't have any perspective on those. So I'll grab the Southern Tier 2X Rye.
Okay.
Right, so back to me.
So back to Jeremy.
All right, nobody grabbed this. I'm really happy about it. Actually, I'm a little torn because I want a nice stout, a nice strong stout for those winter months. And there's a couple of really good ones in here, but I'm going to go with one that is oh, where'd it go? It's gone. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna go with the one that's slightly higher on the alcohol at 11.3. And that is Epic's Big Bad Baptist Imperial Stout.
Ooh,
Damn.
wow, I'm not even finding that.
Why do I not remember?
Oh, wait, no. Am I the only one that did that?
You might
So-
be.
Oh,
I
I,
don't
am.
remember.
Okay, then I can't do it. Okay, well, we need to do that as a group because that is an awesome beer.
Yeah,
Um,
I want it on title alone.
Okay, my pick then is Sierra Nevada's Narwhal.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was my next pick, actually. Damn it.
And we need to get some Epic Big Bad Baptist. That on the list.
Everybody needs a Big Bad Baptist.
Okay, my turn.
It is your turn, Rob.
Let's see. I don't think this one was picked.
I will tell you.
And it's interesting because it's the only beer on our list that has gotten 4 10s across the board. And it is Ninkasi Brewing's Dawn of the Red, India-style red ale. It's the only beer on our list with a perfect score from all 4 judges.
Yep.
That is
All for me.
amazing.
Yep,
That's a
and that
really
was
good
going to
beer.
be my last pick, I think. I
Yeah.
was torn between that and another one, so we'll see if my other one makes it through.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
a really good radio.
That was a really good beer. I remember it all too well. In fact, I think I
And
set the
then-
bottle back here still.
For my last
Yep.
beer,
Yep, still got the bottle.
do I put something up like Corona or Miller Lite just to mess with them?
Don't do
Or
it!
do I maintain the integrity of the list? I will maintain the integrity. And boy. Meanwhile, I will piss Gary off because I need a summer beer. And the summer beer I choose is Shandy Time.
Oh,
The Shandy. 9, 10, and 10 from Keith, me, and Jeremy, and a 5 from Gary.
Yeah, you can have that one.
A good old Shandy is a good old thing.
who made that beer?
Absolutely, Hannah. I can't even find it. So it doesn't matter.
Shandy Time. I'm looking it up.
While you're looking that up, Jeremy, we're back to Jeremy.
Okay, it's my turn to pick a summer beer, and I'm going with a Goza. We haven't done a lot of these, but it looks like the highest rated one that we did was from Uinta called Ready Set Goza. So that's going to be my summertime beer pick.
Oh, wait, was the Shandy Time? Wait a minute. Was the Shandy Time beer that we did when we all brought our own beer to make a shandy?
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've
Okay.
been saying that, but I muted myself again. But yes, Shandy Time is not a beer. It was when we made our own shandies out of whatever beers we had.
Sorry.
So
Then I
it's
really
not a
should
beer.
I really should pick again.
But now you can't pick Ready Set Goza because
I will not pick Ready Set Goza. That was never a possibility. I will, however, pick. Oh man, I don't think any of you are going to pick mine, so just keep going. I'll figure it out. You know what? No, I got it. Because I want to show it. No, I'm the only one that did that beer. Damn it. I'll pick another tried and true. I've only done one other tried and true, and that was the Shinerbach. So my other tried and true is, of course, the Abita Amber. Just a delicious, good old, great beer. So
is that Turbo Dog or is that the regular Amber?
just Abita Amber, straight up.
I like Turbo Dog a little better, but
That's good too, though.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Done and done. Okay, so Jeremy picked Goza as his last beer, Ready Set Goza, and so I'm on my last beer, and there's a lot of.
I'm proud that that was a beer I recommended for the show that Jeremy's picking as in his top 5. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I had another one that you
Keith's notes
sent
is
also
brown.
that was a really close second to that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that afterwards because I don't want
Okay.
to
All right.
influence anyone's.
But so looking at my top rated, there's a lot of IPAs. There's a couple of stouts in there. I don't want to get a whole lot of those into this list, and I got to find something that everybody had. So, and I do need something lighter because I picked all very strong ones up front. So, with Sweet As from Good Life Brewing, which is a beer that I drink.
And that's mostly just for the name.
Mostly just for the name, but also it's a great brewery. I love going there, so I'm gonna choose Sweet As Pacific Ale, an American Pale Ale, at 6% as my final choice.
That was a really.
Was it really what?
All right.
That was great. I remember
Yeah, the
that
Sweet
one.
As was a good one.
Yeah.
That was really good.
It was a 8.25 overall rating for a pale ale. It's pretty high for us, so that's good. All right, Keith, you got the last one.
All right, I got the last one. I can't believe it was picked, other than it might have just got shunned because apparently it was a show that only Gary and I did. And so I don't know if it's going to count by the new rules, but I really want to pick Stone Brewing's Enjoy By.
I personally don't have a problem with that.
So
you hate it.
No. I mean, picking a beer that not all of us have tried.
I mean, we did it on the show, apparently, because both Gary and I gave it a 10, but nobody else was here.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of their Enjoy By series, so.
And I know everybody where Rob's had it, so I'd like to pick the series as my last one, and go for that. But if not, the Enjoy By series. We had Enjoy By 7416, which isn't fair because we probably can't take that one and just have it forever because they aren't going to make it forever. They aren't making it now.
But in this fantasy land, you can have any beer you want anytime.
That was a good one, but I'd take any of the Enjoy By. I think they're all that good.
Yeah, it's a good series.
Since two of us had it, I think that's passable.
Yeah, and the third has had the part of the series, so.
So the beer that almost won out over the Uinta Ready Set Goza was Ithaca Beer's Cruiser, which was a Berliner Weiss.
Oh yeah, see, I would have grabbed the Cruiser over the Goza, but it's close.
Yeah, that was a good beer.
Yeah,
I was considering their pale ale as my pale ale choice. So, all right. So, not as high of a concentration of IPAs as you would have expected, given this crowd, but we did have a few of those, and they are all very strong. No single IPAs, surprisingly. And Rob actually, choices. Donovan Red surprised me. Organic Chocolate Stout surprised me.
And looking through this list of 20 beers, that would be a great bar right there.
Yeah,
those 20 taps.
If we had, if I hadn't been able to pick the Stone, I would have gone with Oscar Blue, Stevie and Dale. But again, that's a double.
Yeah.
That's a double too. So,
so the beers in order of picking were Pliny the Elder, Apocalypse Green Label Consecration, Sam Smith Organic Chocolate Stout, STS Pilsner, starting with Keith again, Apocalypse Black Label, Shinerbach, and then we switched up to this Serpentine. So Rob picked the Serum Mia, whatever, Island Ale from Anchor.
So good.
Then Family Values, Stout of the Union, the Trappist number 10, Chocovesa, 2 times Rye, Narwhal, Dawn of the Red, Abita Amber, Ready Set Goza, Sweet As, and Enjoy By. That is an awesome bar. I would drink all of those.
Yeah, I'd take that bar.
It's a good beer list right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right.
So that's
we'll pack that bar for our reunion, or like our one-time get-together show. Now we go to our half pints, our picks for the week. Let's see what we have. Jeremy has an oldie but a goodie he wants to mention again.
Actually, this is not an oldie but a goodie because I looked and I have never picked this exact thing. My pick this week is Tycho's Epic album because I've picked the Awake album, but not the new one, and it just got a Grammy.
Okay, so you did have Tycho on the list. You just didn't have this particular.
Yeah, we talked about it in chat when it came out, but I don't think we ever put it on the show, which is a shame. So I'm glad it's there now.
So that's my pick, Epic by Tycho.
That's a valid pick. It's not a Hearthstone pick.
Damn it!
Okay, Gary.
I got another TV show. It's a show that I think was originally on Showtime, but they have a few seasons, maybe 6, on Netflix. Just came out recently on Netflix. It's called Shameless, and
my wife loves that show.
It's funny. It's crazy. The premise of the show is an alcoholic father of 6 kids who is complete deadbeat, does not pay attention to them, is drunk the whole time. Is just a loser. He's on disability. He doesn't ever want to get a job. He just wants to live off the system and be drunk the whole time. And it's the show about their family. And if you have a low tolerance for nudity, drug use, profanity, people just in very uncomfortable situations, this is not the show for you. But if you don't mind seeing some boobs and butts and you can handle that stuff, it is a funny show. And pretty much for a large percentage of the population, it will make you feel better about whatever kind of person you are, parent, father, brother, sister, whatever. It is just an absolutely crazy show that you look at and go, oh my God, I'm so glad I am not in that family. It's very entertaining. So Shameless, available on Netflix.
Okay. Keith?
My pick is also a Netflix show, and this is not one that I really thought I was like, especially once I started reading up on it. But we gave it a try, and I'm hooked now. And that is the late night talk show style show that Netflix does called Chelsea. It's done 3 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's about a half hour. It is Chelsea Hunter, I think her name is. Handler. That's her. Yeah. And she's like, uber liberal, but because it's a Netflix show and there's no rules, she's a little sweary. She talks honestly about drugs and drug use. She's kind of came to this out of being a travel person. So she's got clips and stuff from traveling the world that she mixes in. Her dog wanders the stage behind everyone and visits people occasionally. It's really interesting as kind of a late night talk show kind of alternative. And for those of us without cable, your only alternative if you want a late night talk show. So I don't know. I've been watching the first few. I went back to the beginning and started watching it from there. You don't really have to because it's very topical. 3 day a week thing, so you can probably just pick it up where it is and see if you like it. But going back to the beginning is kind of letting me watch it evolve as it goes from pilot on up, and it's interesting. There's good guests, there's good conversations, and I'm really enjoying it as like a nice light half hour before bed.
I didn't know that was that style of show. I might have to check it out.
Yeah, no, it definitely it came up out to me out of the blue, and I'm like, what's this? And the more I read about it, the more I was interested, and yet at the same time, because I don't normally like the person that Chelsea Handler is, put off, but now that I'm watching it, I'm really enjoying it. So I think it's got a lot of potential. Certainly where I am in it now, which is, like I said, way back at the beginning, it's not polished really enough to be on network TV, but I think that's also part of its charm.
Cool.
Worth a look, I think.
All right. I'm actually going to take it upon myself to do two for this week. First, a board game, more of actually a social game. Social games, social deduction games, I should say, are all the rage these days in the board game industry. We have a lot of games out there, specifically board games where there's a potential traitor in your midst. I've mentioned some on the show before. The Battlestar Galactica game is one. Shadows over Camelot is another. Dead of Winter, which is a zombie themed social deduction game, is also one. But one that has, and this specifically is for the guys today, especially Jeremy, who I know hit a home run with that Codenames recommendation I gave for him a while back. One Night Ultimate Werewolf is a great social deduction game and a very, very cheap buy. Today on Amazon is $12.49. It is 50% off today for the next 5 hours. So it won't so much benefit the folks that listen to us later, but for the guys in the show, you may want to give this a try. You probably have played a version of this in the past. If you played like Murder, Wink in the old days, or even Werewolf or Mafia, a kind of a social game where you have a group of players and a couple of them have a hidden role as, say, a killer or a gangster, and the object of the game is for the good guys to figure out who the bad guys are and for the bad guys to kill off all the good guys. Werewolf has been a popular game for years, but the problem with Werewolf is that once you were killed, you were out of the game and you basically sat for the next half an hour while the rest of the folks were trying to figure out who the killers were. But Werewolf is a one-night thing where there are a couple of people are the werewolves in secret, and some of you may have some other roles that allow you some secret insight. And it's a great social deduction game, and it's a lot of fun. It takes 10 minutes to play. It comes with a free app that helps you to play it, and it's really, really great fun for a game night. So I would very much recommend One Night Ultimate Werewolf. The one that they're running for today is One Night Ultimate Werewolf Daybreak, and again, that's $12.50. So it's hard to beat that. And then the second one I have is, since we switched over to away from satellite, we're doing a lot of binge watching, of course, just like everybody does these days. And one that I've been just watching a ton of that I hadn't got in on it, and the first happenstance was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is an FX comedy. If you liked Seinfeld, which is a group of four people that really just cared about themselves and not the folks around them and were just obsessed with nothing, Always Sunny in Philadelphia is kind of like that on steroids, even more outrageous. And it's, first of all, it's a hysterical show, and secondly, it is largely improvised. They have it's almost like Curb Your Enthusiasm, where they have a basic idea of where the show's going to go, and then they just improvise scenes and put them together to make a cohesive story plot. And it fires on all cylinders just most of the time. It's really a lot of fun. It's great. So Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's on Hulu and Netflix.
That is a hilarious show.
Yeah, we got into that show a few years back, and I think we went through like the first season, and then we hit a lull where we had like a few episodes in a row that were just not clicking with us. So we dropped out of it, but we probably should go back.
Oh yeah, it's really. I will say, having just started the binging, that I know where right about probably where Keith you kind of lost it, because I'm now into season 4, and it really does pick back up, especially once they added Danny DeVito, who was supposed to be just a bit player in the first few episodes, and then eventually became part of the regular cast. Is really good. It's a great show. So give that a try. All right, gentlemen, we need to give our final thoughts on Guinness Blonde American Lager. Final thoughts and ratings, starting with Mr. Gary Hagenbart.
I'm having a hard time because we changed the sort on the spreadsheet. Now I can't find anything, and I can't
It's pretty broken, isn't it?
Broke the internet. No.
We totally jacked it up. So, okay. I'll put this in my column, and then we'll figure it out later. This is not a bad lager, and lagers are not my favorite style, but if I had to choose an American lager that was actually brewed in America, and this is probably going to be one of my first choices if I don't have that Russian River that Keith stole from me. Yeah. So this is, it's not outstanding as a beer goes, but it's good. I gave it like about almost a 4 rating on Untappd, so I've got to go with like a 7 rating here.
7. That's strong.
That's strong for a lager. It was a good
for
lager.
you. That's strong. That's strong.
I'm rating it as a lager, not as an overall beer. So as a lager goes, this is a 7.
You're rating it like I do because you feel you get a sense of what it's trying to do, even though it's not your thing.
It's trying to make money, and it will do that.
That's as far as you're willing to go.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Jeremy, what is your rating?
I'm right there with Gary. It's really a surprising beer. It's got nice flavor, surprisingly balanced, nice bright carbonation. The hops are there, but they're not overwhelming. I'm giving it a 7 as well, and this is a beer I would easily go to again. So it's really nice.
Good. Keith?
Yeah, I was completely surprised, and I just kind of had one, like I said, a couple days ago on a whim, and super enjoyed it. And so ever since, I've been kind of keeping it to myself, waiting for the big reveal on the show that this is actually good. And that's what it is. It's actually good. It's a really good American lager, I guess, is what you'd call it, because the Guinness knows how to do the malts and the yeast right. We used American hops, and we brewed it in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, of all places. It's fantastic as that goes, and I'm going to give it an 8.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there with everybody else. I think it's good. It's a strong, good, tasty beer. I think I don't know, maybe you guys will disagree, but we've kind of hinted that over the course of the episode as drinking it. I think to call this an American lager maybe does it a disservice. And I like American lager, so don't get me wrong, but I don't think it doesn't have the traditional American lager taste to me.
Which is why it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But I would also go and give it an 8. It's strong. It's very, very good, and I enjoy it a lot.
That's good. That's a 7.5 overall rating. That's exactly in line with what Untappd had. So. And we don't listen to Beer Advocate anymore because they're
interesting.
Yeah.
And Untappd, I mean, it's a that's a big mainstream brewery doing it, so that's pretty good coming from them.
Yeah, I think it was 3.5 was their overall rating.
Yeah.
Oh no, just over like 3.25. So.
All right, so should we flash forward? What do we have coming up on our next show?
We're going to surprise the listener.
Yeah, because we don't have anything planned now.
I think we're going with the next Guinness, aren't we?
Oh, that's right.
Is there another Guinness? What is the other
There's
Guinness?
There's the IPA, Nitro IPA.
Oh, right.
Oh, the Nitro IPA.
The Nitro IPA
Oh.
is. That's that.
I'm
That
not
basically
optimistic
means
about that.
Keith has to get it.
Hey,
No,
we were
I-
not
well, I've-
optimistic.
I had Sam Adams Nitro IPA, and I did not like it.
Yay!
So this will be interesting to see if Guinness can do it right. But I do not like the addition of the nitrogen to the IPA in general.
And unless the gentlemen are opposed, I would love to do a Rogue One episode next week, considering it opens next Friday.
Sure.
I can't guarantee I'll have seen it by then.
Well, none of us will have. It's a preview show.
Oh, preview show. Well, that's fine. That's fine then.
Preview shows are fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I can't do a review show yet.
No,
Hoping to take Cindy
none
for
of
her
us
birthday, but
we have to wait till after December 16th to do that. So.
I see. Well, that sounds like a good idea then.
Yeah. All right.
Good on you, Rob.
All right, gentlemen. Any final thoughts?
I guess we would be remiss if we didn't recognize the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. So
Yes. Never forget.
a
Never
quick
forget.
shout out to the folks that were serving at the time and the folks that serve now. They do us all a service.
There are less than 200 survivors remaining from the attack on Pearl Harbor. So,
Wow.
if you find one, make sure that you let them know what a tremendous sacrifice and job they all did. And as I posted on Facebook today, to me, the attack on Pearl Harbor is, directly on par with 9/11. It literally changed this country and changed the world in how we view things and changed world history. So if attack on Pearl Harbor did not happen, likely we would not have gotten involved in World War II. And every likelihood, or many likelihoods, the Nazis, the Axis powers, could have won the war.
Yeah. And
So.
the memorial at Pearl Harbor is pretty amazing. If you
Very
get to
amazing,
Hawaii,
yeah.
you should definitely check that out.
Absolutely. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you very much. Keith, you can play us out. This has been Season 4, Episode 4 of the Pine of No Return Show.
I'll take a strong stout over strife. I prefer to confer with a half pint of ale than live a long life till my private parts fail. For life without liquor is to no avail. So bring me lager for life. I'd rather have lager than life.
I was going to say that suggested that we call that list our desert island beers, but as I thought about it, that would have been a bad idea, because how would we have cooled those beers? We don't want skunked beers, our favorite beers skunked, drinking them in like 90-degree heat.
That would suck.
It would suck bad.